Hello, and welcome back to rating all 789 Calamity weapons. Today we have yet another melee weapon. The Virulence is a post-golem broadsword that is dropped from the Plaguebringer Goliath. When you swing it, it shoots a big green cloud of plague glass that has infinite pierce, and the sword and its gas inflict the plague debuff when you hit an enemy. First off, when testing dummies, it had really good DPS for a weapon at this stage in the game. When I tested it against actual enemies, the good impression it left on me stayed. I decided to start testing it on some bosses, and I was actually really surprised at how well it performed. I decided to test it against a very angry golem, and it turned out to actually be a pretty decent choice. If you can tank the damage, definitely save up adrenaline and then just go full true melee on the golem. You can deal massive increments of damage doing that. So, time for the rating. At single target, I've given it 13 points. It did solid damage against single enemies, and when you went in for the true melee, you could really rack up damage. For crowd control, I've given a 13.5. The plague cloud allows it to sweep across enemies relatively easily. For boss battles, I've given it a 16 out of 20. While it was good in the fact that it did debuffs, a lot of its strength actually ended up coming from the true melee strikes, which in boss battles is a little bit impractical, especially for how small the sword is. Usability according to progression. I give it a 27 out of 30. I think it is a very good pre-lunatic cultist sword. For obtainability, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. The sword is a drop from the Plaguebringer Goliath, and I'm a little bit biased against boss drops because I tend to get very unlucky with them. For uniqueness, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. I know you might be saying, why that many points? It's just another one of those hard mode swords that shoot a single projectile. And yes, while you're right, at the same time it also inflicts the plague debuff, which at that time of the game is pretty strong. And due to the fact that it gives the plague debuff, I'm gonna give it a 7.8 in the special effects tier. The fact that the gas cloud is so freakishly fast, and the fact that it deals damage over time with the plague effect, earned it a higher rating on the special effects scale. In total, the Virulence added up to 85.3 points, which places it gently in the middle of B tier. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more.